Have you ever wondered to what extent interference from relatives might be sabotaging your relationship? Often, the danger doesn't come from the outside but from where we least expect it, within our own families. Toxic relatives, with their insistent opinions and unsolicited advice, can turn what should be a source of support into an emotional minefield. How can you protect your relationship from this familial poison and ensure that it strengthens rather than erodes under the pressure of these external influences? Get ready to uncover secrets that few people know, which could be the key to keeping harmony between you and your partner, away from the grasp of relatives who, even unintentionally, could end up destroying your love. In this video, we'll explore strategies you can apply today to safeguard your relationship and live fully and independently. When parents become overprotective, what starts as a gesture of love can quickly turn into an emotional prison. It's as if a cocoon is created around the couple, preventing them from developing the self-sufficiency needed to face the challenges of life together. Imagine a couple who, when trying to resolve a simple financial issue, is constantly bombarded with advice and interventions from their parents. This excessive care might seem benign, but in reality, it limits the couple's ability to make important decisions and learn from their own mistakes. Overprotection not only stifles individual growth but also weakens the couple's unity. When parents step in to solve problems that the couple should tackle together, the relationship becomes vulnerable. A clear example is when one partner, facing a marital disagreement, runs to their parents for solutions instead of working it out with their partner. This not only creates dependency but also fosters resentment between spouses, weakening the relationship and creating an opening for external influences, such as toxic relatives. Overprotection can also prevent the couple from developing resilience, an essential quality for facing life's adversities. Resilience is built through experiences, and when parents constantly intervene, they rob the couple of the opportunity to grow together. Consider the example of an important decision like buying a house. If the parents control the process, the couple may never learn how to negotiate or handle financial pressure, remaining perpetually in the parental shadow. This dynamic creates a cycle of dependency that can be hard to break. When parents become the primary source of support, the couple stops relying on each other, leading to emotional distancing. However, by recognizing this cycle, the couple can start the process of change, where they begin to set their own boundaries and seek more independence, laying the groundwork for the next step: sabotage independence. Constant parental interference can be like a tide that, although seemingly harmless, slowly erodes the foundation of the relationship. When the couple tries to move forward, a parental opinion often arises and is accepted without question. This sabotages the couple's independence, leaving them unable to make decisions on their own. Think of a couple who, when deciding where to go on vacation, is influenced by their parents to choose a destination that pleases the parents rather than the couple. In this case, autonomy is corroded, and the couple loses the opportunity to build their own experiences and memories. This interference is not limited to simple decisions, it can extend to fundamental aspects of life together. When parents dictate the pace and direction the couple should follow, such as in career choices or even raising children, they inadvertently place the couple in a state of stagnation. The relationship becomes stuck in a cycle where the parents' opinions and expectations carry more weight than the couple's own desires and needs. This type of dynamic hinders the development of essential skills, such as conflict resolution and joint decision-making. The consequence is a couple that doesn't feel truly united because every important decision seems to be manipulated by external forces. Over time, this can create a sense of frustration and helplessness, leading to internal conflicts that undermine the relationship. When the couple tries to resolve a dispute, parental interference can be so intrusive that they find themselves unable to reach a consensus because the external voices continue to echo in their heads. However, there is a way out of this cycle. By recognizing the sabotage of independence, the couple can begin to take control of their own lives. Setting clear boundaries with parents and taking charge of their own decisions is crucial for the relationship to flourish in a healthy and autonomous way. Thus, they begin to break away from the toxic inheritance, paving the way for the next challenge, avoiding the repetition of parental mistakes. Often, without realizing it, the couple may start to replicate behaviors they learned at home, carrying into the relationship patterns that can be harmful. These toxic behaviors, passed down from generation to generation, can manifest in subtle but powerful ways. For example, a partner who grew up in an environment where communication was filled with criticism and lack of support may unintentionally adopt the same behavior with their spouse. This repetition of parental mistakes turns the relationship into a vicious cycle, where the couple finds themselves trapped in dynamics that don't promote mutual growth or happiness. When these patterns are not recognized and interrupted, the relationship can deteriorate. The mistakes of the parents, which once seemed normal or inevitable, become the norm within the new couple. If one partner grew up seeing their parents resolve conflicts with silence and withdrawal, they might end up using the same strategy, believing they are doing their best to avoid fights. However, this behavior can generate resentment and distance, creating an invisible barrier that emotionally separates the couple. Identifying these toxic patterns is the first step in breaking the cycle. When a couple becomes aware of the negative influences they are carrying, they can work together to create new forms of interaction that are healthier and more constructive. For example, instead of replicating the behavior of constant criticism, a couple might adopt an approach of open and positive communication, focusing on what can be improved without attacking the other. This requires a joint effort to unlearn old behaviors and learn new ways of living together that promote an environment of respect and mutual support. The key to overcoming this toxic inheritance is emotional self-sufficiency, where the couple learns to be each other's support without resorting to dysfunctional patterns inherited from the past. When both partners are committed to building a healthy and conscious relationship, they create a space where love can flourish without the shadows of the past. And so, the path is prepared for the next step, breaking parental control and achieving the emotional freedom they so desire. Breaking free from parental control is one of the most complex and essential challenges for any couple who wants to live autonomously and fully. Parental control can manifest in various ways, from insistent advice to subtle emotional pressures that make the couple feel guilty for making independent decisions. Imagine a couple who, when trying to move to a new city for a job opportunity, faces resistance from their parents, who argue about the importance of being close to family. This type of pressure can make the couple doubt their own choices, undermining their confidence in themselves and the future they want to build together. Setting clear boundaries is essential to achieving this emotional freedom. When the couple starts saying no assertively, they signal that they are ready to take charge of their own lives. This doesn't mean that parents will be excluded, but that their opinions shouldn't dictate the course of the relationship. A practical example would be the couple sitting down with their parents and respectfully explaining that certain decisions will be made exclusively between them, without external interference. This type of conversation can be challenging, but it's essential to solidify the couple's independence. By breaking parental control, the couple also strengthens mutual trust, as they begin to see each other as the main source of support. This shift in dynamics is crucial for the relationship to evolve in a healthy way. When partners realize they can rely on each other to make decisions and face challenges, the bond between them becomes stronger and more resilient. They learn to trust their own abilities, which is vital for building a lasting and satisfying relationship. The process of breaking free is not immediate. It requires patience, open communication, and, above all, a commitment from both partners to protect the relationship from external influences. By achieving this emotional freedom, the couple prepares themselves to deal more effectively with other challenges, such as the presence of toxic relatives, who can also undermine marital harmony. Thus, the journey continues, now focused on how to deal with problematic uncles and cousins who might interfere in the relationship. Toxic relatives, like problematic uncles and cousins, can be a constant source of stress and conflict within a romantic relationship. These family members often feel entitled to weigh in on the couple's life, bringing with them judgments, criticisms, and even gossip that can undermine marital harmony. Imagine a couple planning an important celebration, only to have their decisions questioned by an uncle who insists on imposing his own ideas. This type of interference can create unnecessary tensions, making the couple feel like they have to please their relatives instead of following their own desires. Identifying these toxic relatives is the first step in protecting the relationship. Often, toxic behavior hides behind a veil of concern or well-intentioned advice, but the effects can be devastating. For example, a cousin who constantly compares the couple's relationship to his own, insinuating that his is better, can generate insecurities and resentments. It's important for the couple to recognize these signs and be prepared to set clear boundaries, protecting their emotional space and ensuring that external influences do not affect the dynamics of the relationship. Dealing with these relatives requires a combination of firmness and diplomacy. The couple may choose to avoid unnecessary discussions and focus on keeping open communication between themselves, deciding together how to handle problematic family members. A practical example would be agreeing not to share intimate details of their relationship with these relatives, thereby reducing opportunities for interference. Additionally, keeping conversations short and polite, but without allowing the topic to drag on, can help maintain peace without sacrificing the integrity of the relationship. Protecting the relationship from family toxicity is an ongoing task that requires vigilance and unity between the couple. By learning to effectively deal with these toxic relatives, the couple not only preserves their marital harmony but also strengthens their commitment to maintaining a healthy and influence-free relationship. And with this solid foundation, they can face other challenges, such as the negative impact that maternal love can have when it becomes overly controlling. Maternal love is undoubtedly one of the most powerful and influential forces in a person's life. However, when this love becomes overprotective or controlling, it can turn into a harmful force that directly interferes with the couple's romantic relationship. Imagine a mother who constantly involves herself in the couple's decisions, from financial matters to raising children, always believing she's acting in everyone's best interest. While her intentions may be good, the impact can be profoundly negative, creating an environment where the couple feels suffocated and unable to make their own decisions. This type of interference can create an imbalance in the relationship, where one partner, usually the child of this controlling mother, feels torn between pleasing their mother and maintaining harmony in the relationship. This can lead to internal and external conflicts, with the partner feeling pressured to choose between maternal love and romantic love. A classic example is when the mother insists on giving her opinion on every aspect of the couple's life, making the partner feel like they need her approval for everything. This dynamic can lead to resentment and distancing, weakening the bond between the spouses. To deal with this situation, it's essential that the couple sets clear boundaries, both with the mother and between themselves. Communicating these boundaries respectfully but firmly is crucial to preserving the health of the relationship. For example, the couple might agree not to share certain information or decisions with the mother, thereby maintaining their independence. Additionally, the partner who is the child of this mother must learn to say no when necessary, without feeling guilty or worried about the repercussions. This attitude is vital for the couple to build a life together, based on their own choices and values. When the couple manages to balance maternal love with the need for autonomy, they create a healthier and more harmonious environment. This balance allows the couple to continue to love and respect their mothers without letting them control their lives. With this harmony established, the couple is better prepared to face other challenges, such as the psychological effects of witnessing parental violence, which can deeply impact the dynamics of the relationship. Witnessing violence between parents during childhood can leave deep scars that directly affect how someone relates to others in the future. These experiences are often internalized unconsciously, influencing how the individual handles conflicts, emotions, and even their own self-esteem. An example is a person who, after witnessing constant and aggressive fights between their parents, may develop a deep fear of confrontations, avoiding any type of argument in their romantic relationship. This aversion to conflict can prevent problem resolution, leaving important issues unresolved and creating an atmosphere of silent tension. Moreover, the trauma of witnessing parental violence can lead to the reproduction of these behaviors in their own relationship, even if they don't want to. Someone who grew up in an environment where verbal abuse was common may, without realizing it, adopt an aggressive stance in moments of stress or frustration. This creates a cycle of pain and suffering, where the couple finds themselves trapped in a toxic dynamic, similar to the one they witnessed in childhood. The result can be a relationship full of hurt and resentment, where love and respect are gradually eroded. However, it is possible to break this cycle and build a healthier relationship. The first step is to recognize the psychological impacts these experiences have had and be willing to work on them. Seeking professional help, such as individual or couples therapy, can be a powerful tool to understand and overcome these traumas. For example, cognitive behavioral therapy can help identify thought and behavior patterns shaped by parental violence and replace them with healthier and more constructive approaches. Overcoming the effects of parental violence is not easy, but it is a necessary journey to build a strong and healthy relationship. By addressing these issues, the couple not only heals but also strengthens, learning to face challenges together in a more balanced and supportive way. With this more stable emotional foundation, the couple is better prepared to develop self-sufficiency, an essential element for maintaining a healthy and lasting relationship. Self-sufficiency is one of the cornerstones of a healthy and lasting relationship. When both partners develop the ability to face challenges on their own, without relying excessively on external influences like parents, they create an environment of trust and mutual respect. Imagine a couple who, when faced with financial difficulties, decides together to create a plan of action without immediately turning to family for help. This approach strengthens the partnership and demonstrates that they can overcome obstacles with their own strengths, solidifying the foundation of the relationship. Self-sufficiency also promotes a sense of personal and shared accomplishment. When each partner knows they can rely on themselves to solve problems, there is less room for resentment or frustration. For example, one partner might decide to pursue professional qualifications to contribute more financially, while the other supports this decision and contributes in other ways. This balance of responsibilities and mutual support is essential to avoid overburdening one partner, allowing both to feel valued and useful in the relationship. However, developing self-sufficiency takes time, patience, and, above all, practice. The couple must be willing to learn and grow together, facing both small and large challenges without being discouraged by difficulties. One way to start is by setting joint goals, like saving for a trip or buying a house, and working side by side to achieve them. These projects not only promote self-sufficiency but also strengthen emotional bonds, creating shared memories that enrich the relationship. By achieving this level of self-sufficiency, the couple is not only protecting their relationship from external influences but also building a life based on their own choices and values. This path prepares them to face, with resilience and unity, the challenges that arise in daily life, such as the need to avoid the cycle of toxic behaviors inherited from parents. The next step is to understand how to break this chain and create a healthy and positive environment in the relationship. Recognizing and avoiding the repetition of toxic behaviors inherited from parents is essential to building a healthy relationship. Often, these attitudes are adopted unconsciously, but they can be identified and transformed with conscious effort. For example, if one partner realizes they tend to react aggressively in conflict situations, they can work to replace this reaction with more open and empathetic communication. To break this chain, it is essential for the couple to engage in a process of self-knowledge and joint reflection. Honest conversations about the patterns each brings from their family of origin are a good start. By sharing their experiences and observations, the couple can identify areas that need attention and work together to create new dynamics that promote harmony and mutual respect. This process of change doesn't happen overnight, but with patience and commitment, it's possible to reprogram behaviors and attitudes. The couple who dedicates themselves to this effort will not only see the transformation of the relationship but also the strengthening of the partnership as a whole. By establishing new ways of interacting, the couple is better prepared to set and communicate boundaries with relatives who tend to meddle, thereby protecting their relationship from negative influences. Setting and communicating clear boundaries with intrusive relatives is one of the most effective ways to protect a romantic relationship. These boundaries should be established from the start to prevent family members from feeling entitled to interfere in the couple's life. For example, making it clear that certain decisions will be made exclusively between the partners, without the input of relatives, can avoid future conflicts and maintain the privacy of the relationship. Communicating these boundaries requires assertiveness and, at the same time, sensitivity to avoid misunderstandings or resentments. The couple must be united in this decision and act consistently, showing their relatives that their intention is to protect the relationship, not to distance themselves from them. An effective way to do this is by talking to the relatives in neutral moments, calmly and respectfully explaining the importance of keeping a certain distance in personal matters. By establishing these boundaries, the couple also strengthens the trust and complicity between them, creating a safe space where they can grow and support each other. This process not only protects the relationship from external influences but also reinforces the partner's commitment to maintaining the relationship's health and longevity. With these boundaries well defined, the couple is better prepared to face deeper challenges, such as the neurological impacts that parental violence can have on the couple's behavior and mental health. Parental violence can leave deep marks, not just emotionally but also neurologically, directly influencing the behavior and mental health of children as they become adults. Constant exposure to extreme stress situations, like fights and aggression, can alter how the brain handles emotions and relationships. These neurological changes can manifest in difficulties in trusting others, low self-esteem, and even problems with emotional regulation, which affect the couple's dynamics. Understanding these impacts is crucial for the couple to find ways to overcome these negative effects. Specific therapies, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, can help reverse harmful thought and behavior patterns shaped by parental violence. Additionally, practices like meditation and mindfulness can aid in emotional regulation, promoting a more balanced and less reactive mental state in conflict situations. Overcoming the neurological effects of parental violence is not an easy task, but it is an essential step in building a healthy and lasting relationship. By seeking professional help and adopting practices that promote mental well-being, the couple can free themselves from negative patterns of the past and create a new story together. This not only strengthens the bond between partners but also creates space for a relationship based on love, respect, and mutual understanding. After everything we've discussed, how will you apply this knowledge to protect your relationship? Change begins with action. Is it time to set clear boundaries with those intrusive relatives? Or maybe it's the moment to recognize and break those toxic patterns we've unknowingly inherited. Remember, your relationship deserves to be a priority. So, what will you do today to ensure it flourishes away from negative influences? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Together, we'll continue exploring how to build healthier and happier relationships.